Hey everyone, welcome to Start Your Week. Great, start your week with the coach. I am your host, Sean Butner, and I help people learn about high performance and personal development so they can live their full potential. Now, today I want to talk about a topic that I'm really, I just nerd out about all the time, and that's and I'm constantly helping people in my coaching practice and my audiences think big, because thinking big picture creates big achievement. So, have you ever been working on something and you just didn't feel any joy in it? Maybe it was repetitive work, maybe it was uninspiring, maybe everyone else around you just was dragging, and each day the job or the things you had to do just felt like busy work or something to occupy time, and each night everything seemed the same. You would eat, you'd sleep, interact with your family, go to bed, and get up to start it over. And a lot of this time comes from feeling disconnected from our work or our life. And everything can, when we feel that way, it can feel like a burden. Minor inconveniences can set us off. We're grumpy. We might not feel like we're in control of our lives or destiny, or that it's worth trying to change anything, because what's the point? Nothing will change. And in moments like these, it's been my experience that it's easy to lose focus on our ambitions and dreams for the future. So many times when we feel miserable and we feel stuck in this way, we can't imagine the future where we're more prosperous, where we're happier, where we're healthier, more purpose-driven. And furthermore, when you take a look at people that have achieved great things, they've had huge visions for themselves, for their organizations, for their community, and for others, because that vision gives them the ability to take bolder action towards building a rocket ship, or ultimately building the best products in the world, or serving customers at the highest level. It's the ability to summon the motivation and discipline to overcome obstacles because you're trying to have that huge impact, that thing that's greater than yourself. So our success depends on how big our visions are for ourselves, and that requires us to reflect regularly on what we want. So here are 4 questions to help you figure out how can you think bigger, dream bigger, and get engaged with that idea that your future can be good, your future can be exciting, it's something worth chasing. And before we get into that, this is the stuff that I do all the time with my clients, and if you're interested in maybe figuring out how can you think bigger, because sometimes we need social support, or sometimes we need a process to help us get there, you can go to seanbutner.com/coaching to fill out an application for a free 1-hour strategy session that'll help unlock some of these ideas and deep dive into your situation in your life so that you can think bigger, you can get excited about the future again. So, okay, 4 questions. The first big question, and this is a question that really changed my life, is, are you living your truth? Are you connected to what you're doing in your life and it makes you feel energized, it makes you feel effective and excited to get up and live? And this is such a powerful question because, in 2012, I hadn't asked myself that question ever. I was at a high performance seminar and I didn't like my answer, to be frank. I was like, what am I doing with my life? Is this what I really want to be doing? I knew that I wanted to be helping people in a different capacity other than just, creating requirements for logistic systems for major corporation. And so that started the process of, what do I want to do with my life? And what is my truth? What do I enjoy with my job? What do I enjoy doing in life? And why am I not doing more of that? Or how can I engineer more of that into my life? And so this is such a fundamental question, and it's worth asking yourself and checking in once a month at least, every week if you can. I like to journal. This really helps me stay connected to what I'm doing out in the world. And ultimately, this is why I'm a coach. I love helping people with this question because it was so transformational and impactful for myself. So, are you living your truth? And do you like that answer? And, are you connected with living your life to the fullest? The second question. And these set of questions I really like because it gets you out of what's happening and into what's possible, right? So in an ideal world, what would your perfect workday look like or be? So you'd wake up, you do your morning thing, you'd go into the office, you'd go roll into your home office. You know, what are the people that you're working with like? What's the work doing? What's the mission you're working on? You know, and as much detail as you can you see that picture for yourself? And how close is it to how you are living right now? You know, sometimes we can have this big dream, and you're like, this is what I really want. My real job is nothing like this. And how do you bridge the gap between that, you know? Well, first off, it's having that vision so you know, like, okay, this needs to change, or okay, I should take this opportunity, or hey, I was thinking about taking this promotion and continuing on the career path at the place I'm at, but it's not really what I want to do. It's just, you know, what I'm expected to do, or it would be good to have some extra cash or whatever it is. So having that clear vision of your work, the works that you're putting out, the output, the legacy you have or want to create can really help guide your career. It can help guide you in making better decisions for yourself, your family, and your community. So second, or I guess third big question is, in an ideal world, your perfect home and social life would be or look like ... And this is a really great one because I find so many people are either mostly just super focused on work, and as a high-performance coach, I'm constantly pushing people to think of their life as in a more holistic manner. So if you like have this really clear vision for my career, and you don't think about the time you want to spend with the kids, with your spouse, with building relationships outside of work. So if something bad happens at work, or you know, you lose your job, or you have to quit, or you know, your whole world isn't lost in the process. And I see this happen so many times with high performers, and you know, or you hear people that say that like success is lonely, or it's lonely at the top. It's because they didn't engineer their life to have that connection and interaction and presence and influence with their family. So, you know, when you come home, how do you greet the family? How do you transition into home life? What would be the exciting things you'd hope to do, like vacations, exciting like ways of interacting with people? And do you have a clear vision of that too? So you know you're going to work hard, you're going to crush it, you're going to put something good out into the world, you're going to come home and have a bunch of people you can share that with. And I think that's really important, and a lot of people miss this component in my humble experience. And then finally, in an ideal world, how would your health and daily emotions look or feel like in the perfect way, right? So this is another area of our life that I think a lot of people neglect. You know, we define success in high performance as succeeding beyond standard norms without damaging your relationships and health. And so if you're not taking care of your body, if you don't feel vibrant physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you need to really take a look at this and be like, what would that look like for you, you know? Because if you neglect your health, you neglect, you know, you like are doing all these things for your family, you're doing all things for work, you know, you're doing things with friends and in your social life, but you always feel exhausted, you always feel sick, you're not able to go to Machu Picchu because you can't walk or something like that, you know, it can really take away from the quality of life that you're trying to build. And this is the thing that if you put off for too long, it really is hard to course correct. So the earlier you can get into this healthy habits and healthy emotions, the easier it's going to be for you, where you wake up and you're like, I'm excited, I'm enthusiastic, I'm living the charged life, as my mentor, Brendan Burchard, would say. You know, just living life to your fullest. So, you know, thinking big picture creates big achievement. And when we can connect with our more significant purposes and visions for ourselves, we tend to be happier and have a higher quality life. And that's what we're all about in this show. So that said, hope you enjoyed the show. Go out there, live with more personal growth, with more joy and impact in your communities. Be sure to subscribe wherever you're watching this video. Spread the word if you would, and there's some more videos to watch for you, or to watch after this somewhere over here. So check those out too. Okay, guys? See you next week. This is Sean Butner saying goodbye.